The Samantas or the Horns of Vishakhapatnam Agency are one of the few traditional horticultural communities living in the eastern Ghats of Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. They speak the language called Kuvi, which is blended with Telugu in Andhra Pradesh. Podu, the slash and burn cultivation, is the major source of livelihood for the Samantas. They clear the jungle on hill slopes, burn the trees, and grow the crops in the ashes. The Samantas perceive certain advantages in slash and burn cultivation over settled cultivation. The management of Podu cultivation is simple and does not require inputs like bullocks, agricultural implements, and manure. All that is required is a hoe and human labor. Though the crop output from the point of economics is poor, according to the cultivators themselves, it is in proportion to their input. They have neither profit motive nor do they calculate the cost of their labor input. Whatever output they get, they are satisfied. Slash and burn cultivation is solely meant for their own survival. Slash and burn cultivation is not only a subsistence activity but also a ritual and a religious activity for the Samantas. Village festivals are observed collectively by the whole village and every household contributes its share in accordance with the decisions arrived at by the village elders at a meeting. Most of the festivals are connected with either the agricultural activities or the collection of minor forest produce. In February, during the seed festival known as Bicha Parbu, the Samantas worship the village goddess Jakiri Penu by offering animal sacrifices. The Samantas believe that sowing seeds mixed with the sacrificial blood will impress the fertile powers of nature. It is only after this ceremony that the Samantas sow seeds in their fields. In addition to Podu, a few Samantas also cultivate flat fields. When the soil gets moist, they plow the field twice or thrice and then they broadcast the seed. They mainly grow dry paddy, ragi, sama, and oliselu in these fields. Wherever feasible, the Samantas have also been practicing terrace cultivation for a long time. Terrace fields are solely intended for the purpose of growing wet paddy. Wherever there is a possibility to divert a small stream, a wall with stones is built and the sloped ground is leveled. Similarly, a number of plots are leveled below one another so that the water flows from the higher fields to the lower ones. Seed beds of wet paddy are raised in the month of May. In early July, the plots are plowed twice and the water is allowed to stagnate in the plots for a week. Then, after plowing again, the paddy seedlings are taken out from the seed beds and are transplanted in the plots. The commercial sense of the market is totally alien to the Samantas. Their economic activity is greatly interwoven and interdependent with their religious life. Their religious pantheon consists of various gods and goddesses who are the symbols of various forces of nature. They believe in absolute surrender of human spirits to the natural forces. The availability of food in the jungle, the fertility of the earth mother, the rainfall, and also the outbreak of epidemics are supposed to be dependent on the mercy or the wrath of the respective gods and goddesses. The religious sense of archaic oneness with nature has characterized the many generations of traditional life among the Samantas.
Chike, Take, Durova Ake, Doro Tate, Darova Aka, Selagoke, Yete Urate, Yete Lambo, Pari di Pana, Dane di Ma, Surya di Payo, Panya Vina, Jogo Saya, Pana Saye, Poke Puraya, Dada Demo, Akri Bapaya, Dese Bapaya. Sobra sotore valla deya, surola dobo dare ado, hara dariva bobo dare, joko dariva do.